Hey everybody, what is going on? Welcome to the channel, and we are going to resurrect a series that I actually abruptly stopped a little while ago just to end it off. And we are going to show the final games in the career of Danny Storm, the quarterback out of Pittsburgh. If you are a new subscriber, and I know there's a lot of those here, and you did not check out any of the Danny Storm series, please go ahead and do that. See if it's something you would enjoy. Go ahead and check out the beginnings of it. It is a Road to Glory quarterback edition with Danny Storm, who did choose the Pitt Panthers as his school, and you can see his entire run of his career up until this point. He is in his junior season, planning to go pro after this year, and you can see he's got the talent. He is threading balls through the needles here. Look at this. Woo! Some good throws coming out of Danny Storm. Danny Storm's brother Barry Storm will also get a send-off episode. Both of those series are on the channel for you to check out if you are new. Look at that, threading the needle to his roommate Chris Clark for a 24-yard gain. 3rd and 20 now. Danny Storm throwing deep, and he's got Chris Clark again, and that's a TD. Here against Georgia Tech, ranked number 2 in the country. Danny trying to get the job done, get a dub. Tie ball game at 14, getting close to the half. Danny Storm throwing and another first down. That is Ford, Dontez Ford. Way to go. Nice play being made there. Danny Storm now is going to get a nice completion. 1st and goal. The running game would finish it off. Here's Danny Storm over to Matthews, and Matthews has himself a 25-yard gain. Starting off the second half, if they can get this 14-point lead, they will have a really good chance of beating Georgia Tech. Nice. That is Elijah Zeese, and he is able to get down. Now a 1st and goal. Danny Storm runs for it, a 3-yard touchdown run. And Danny Storm has Pittsburgh in front, though Georgia Tech does score there. But Dontez Ford, another big reception. 5:28 to go in the game now. Danny Storm stopping, throwing. Ooh, it is picked off by Willis of Georgia Tech. And now Georgia Tech has the game tied. Danny Storm has to come up big here with a drive, and he's going to get it into Georgia Tech territory right here with this throw. Look at that. Boom. Dontez Ford getting it done again. Danny Storm rolling to his left. He is going to take off with this. He gets inside the 20-yard line. There is a minute left. Now under a minute, 30-some seconds, and the touchdown by Jeremiah Tellini is made there for Pittsburgh. They will take the lead, and they will win the ball game. Way to go, Danny Storm leading this drive at the end of the game. Play of the game is that big throw to Chris Clark. Hugs and kisses for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Anywho, Danny Storm 17 out of 27. What the hell am I talking about? He was 17 out of 27 for 330 yards, 2 touchdowns, that 1 interception. He also ran for 52 and a touchdown, so 3 total touchdowns. Now they would go ahead and take on Syracuse. The Syracuse Orange starting off with a 7-0 lead before Danny gets the ball. Then he throws to Jordan Whitehead for 26. Then the read option play, and he's going to take it to the left for a first down, 11-yard run for Danny Storm. Now Danny going to the left again. He's going to throw, and he's going to get Dontez Ford. That Dontez Ford play is like cheese. Then you got Danny Storm down the field. There's Jordan Whitehead, and he's going to get around his defender for 55 yards and a touchdown. Tie ball game now against Syracuse late in the first quarter. There's Chris Clark, the Mr. Reliable, the roommate. Now he's going to get Dontez Ford again. Dontez Ford getting the job done. Pitt will take a lead. They get a safety, and they'll get the ball back. And there's Chris Clark, and he will get the touchdown. It is now 23-21 Pitt, still leading by that safety that was gotten by the defense. Now in the second quarter, Danny rolling to his left. He's going to take off with it, and he's going to end up all the way for a first down on 1st and 20, and it will be 1st and 10. Now Danny Storm is going to throw, and that's Jordan Whitehead. He's going to pick up a first down as well. Danny Storm now is going to throw, and he's got Matthews, and Matthews will pick up the first down also. Storm gets Clark, and that'll be Chris Clark for a 14-yard touchdown pass, and now Danny Storm has broken the school record for most passing touchdowns in a career by 1 over Dan Marino. There's Danny Storm, and that is going to be a nice run for Danny as he gets the first down. Danny Storm again, a negative 3-yard run this time, though. Now Danny, and he is brought down, and now that brings up a 4th and 6, and they're going to go for it. Danny almost stumbles, almost falls, but he picks up 8 yards and a first down, and they've got a 9-point lead. Now Danny over to Whitehead. And Whitehead with the 10-yard reception. Danny to Dantes Ford, and he's got a 12-yard reception as well. Danny to Chris Clark. Can he get in the end zone? No, he does not get there. It'll be 1st and goal. Danny will find Orndorff for the touchdown. That's not a guy you see scoring often. It is now a 45-29 lead for Danny. He also finds Jordan Whitehead here. He also finds Orndorff again. This man is throwing to Orndorff, and it's beautiful. Here's Danny Storm. And he's going to throw it to Chris Clark. The roommate has it for 14 yards and a touchdown. And Danny still throwing the ball with 18 seconds on the clock, and that is Chris Clark way downfield. Danny again, and that's Orndorff for another touchdown, and he's making Danny look really good in the stat sheets here as he did not let up. He continuously went at Syracuse all day long with the passing game. Broke Dan Marino's school record wearing the same number, and an incredible game from Danny Storm here against Syracuse. They are jumping all over the place. Ishmael not happy for Syracuse there. He is disappointed. But Danny was 21 of 25, only 4 incompletes for 377 and 6 TDs. Plus, he was able to run the ball a little bit, and he was able to pick up 82 yards on the ground. 6 touchdowns from Danny Storm. Great game for him, and now they will take on number 2, Notre Dame. Notre Dame is stacked. This is going to be a tough game. Here's Danny Storm. He's throwing it to Robinson, and Darren Robinson's got a first down. 3rd and 7. Danny is going to throw downfield, and he's got Dantes Ford again, and that's going to be a 40-yard reception. Now Danny rolling to his right. He finds Chris Clark, and Clark finding a way to get into the end zone for Danny. Now Clark again is going to pick up a first down here. Here's Danny Storm. He will get Clark again. Another first down for him, 13 yards. Tie game at 7. Here's Danny. He's got to throw it. He's got Orndorff. Orndorff getting some good yards after the catch. Good yak yardage. Here is Danny Storm. He is going to run for a touchdown. What a dive for Danny. They would miss the extra point. They're now down by a point. Danny with a 9-yard rush. That'll give us a 3rd and 1 later on. Danny will run for that as well. Danny now looking. Going to his left, throwing downfield. He's got Dantes Ford. Ford's got some room, and he will pick up a 1st and goal here. Danny rolling to his right. He's got nobody. He's going to take it in himself. Touchdown, Danny Storm. They go for a regular point after, and they are still down a point. Good first down there. Good first down there. Now a 3rd and 17. Danny Storm. Downfield wide open. And that is Wright, or Wiggins getting the touchdown. And now Pitt still doesn't go for the 2-pointer. They take the regular point after. They're up 6 now. nearing the end of the third quarter. It is Danny throwing to Chris Clark. Clark for 22 yards. Danny rolling to his right, throwing downfield wide open, and that's Jordan Whitehead, a 28-yard touchdown reception. Danny has just broke the school record for touchdowns in a season. Excellent job by him. There goes Danny Storm. That's a 3-yard touchdown run again for him. It is a tie ball game now. Late in the game, 35-all. 2:47 to go. Now 2:17 to go. Danny rolling to his left. He's going to run for it, and he's going to pick up the first down, bowling over a defender. Now Danny rolling to his right. Throwing downfield. Gets Elijah Zeese for the first down. 30 seconds remain in the game. He's got Clark. Clark's got room, and he got the touchdown. Pitt takes the lead, and they win the game against number 2 Notre Dame. What a win for the Pitt Panthers. Danny Storm with an incredible game and a clutch performance to come out with that win. 21 of 28 for 395, 4 touchdowns, 39 running yards, and another 2 touchdowns, 6 total touchdowns for the man. Danny Storm, the GOAT for Pittsburgh. Now moving on, they will play number 15 Virginia Tech as the number 16 team in the nation. Danny is going to throw to Chris Clark here in the first quarter. Danny again to Chris Clark. That's 4th and inches now. They will go for it. And he's easily got Chris Clark on that one. First down, Pitt. 3rd and 4 now. Danny going to run for it. He could get in the end zone, and he does. A 14-yard touchdown run. Virginia Tech would tie the game at 7. Danny going downfield. He gets Chris Clark for 29 yards. Now Danny rolling to his right, and he is going to find Clark again for 29 more yards. Now they're going with the option, and Storm going to take it in. Touchdown. His second rushing touchdown of the day. Virginia Tech would tie the game. It's 14-all right now. 15-yard pickup for Danny there. Now he's going to throw. He's got Clark. Seeing a lot of Clark today. But if something's not broken, you don't fix it. There goes Danny again, and he's going to run again. He has got a lot of rushing yards today. Danny to Clark again. That's 10 yards. 4th and 4. We have got Ford on the pickup. There's Storm. Looking. He's got Clark. Clark can't get into the end zone, but it is 1st and goal. Danny looking. Rolling left. Throwing. He's got Clark. And Clark able to get into the end zone for the touchdown. Virginia Tech would tie it up again. Tied at 21. What a compelling game this one is. Storm got Clark wide open. Wow, it's like a Clark fest out here. 29 yards again for him, and it's always 29 yards for some reason. There's another throw, and Ford can't make that one. It'll be 4th and 4. Pitt would get a field goal. Virginia Tech does not score on their next possession, so they got a chance to take a bigger lead. Danny Storm rolling to his right, and he's going to run. He's going downfield. He makes a fake out, and he's still going inside the 20, and he's pushed out of bounds near the 15. Danny on a 2nd and 2. He's going to take it again. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the day. It's a 10-point lead for Pitt. Danny throwing downfield. He's got Ford for 31. Nearing the end of the 3rd quarter now for Danny. He's going to wait. He's going to throw, and he's got Ford again. Now Danny rolling to his right. He has got Clark. Clark's got the end zone, and he scores. Pitt is now blowing Virginia Tech out in a game that was really close first half. 38-21. It's a 17-point lead. 3rd and 8, though, for Danny Storm throwing, and he's got Ford. And Ford's got 26 yards. They would end up not scoring on that drive. They would have to start over. Here we go again. Virginia Tech did not score on their drive. 3rd and 9 for Danny. Danny, downfield incomplete. That brings up 4th down. Pitt does nothing with that possession. Now a 3rd and 8 later on. Virginia Tech does score a touchdown. It's still a 10-point game, though. And Pitt just able to hold on, picking up the first down and running out the clock. Play of the game. This Chris Clark catch and run for a touchdown. Chris Clark was absolutely dynamic today. But Danny Storm did his part, throwing to him and running the football in for touchdowns, which is what Pitt needed. He was 25 of 31, 395. He had some carries going on in this game for some TDs. I know he had 3 rushing touchdowns. Pittsburgh able to beat Virginia Tech here, just 1 ranking away. That'll move them up even further. And Danny Storm, 25-31, 395, 2 touchdowns, another 130 rushing yards for 3 touchdowns. So 5 total TDs in that game. Now playing the Maryland Terps, and they're only 3-7. It's quite possible that Pitt could beat the Terps. Pitt is number 10 in the country. The Terps leading 7-0 early here. Let's see if Danny can make another nice comeback out of it. There goes Clark. And Clark will pick up 22. Now Danny with a 1st and goal. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to get the touchdown. Now Danny rolling to his right. He's going to take it himself again, and that's another 1st down for Danny Storm. Very good at picking those up. Now the read option play. He is going, and he has got some room out there, and he is going to pick up another 1st down, 17 yards on that one. Danny is going to throw that one to Chris Clark, and he's got 1 rushing, 1 touch, 1 throwing in the game. 14-14. Tied up at 14, but Maryland is giving them all they can handle. Danny able to stop and throw to Clark, who lays out for 39 yards. Now Danny is looking. He is rolling. He's going right. He's got him wide open. He's got Whitehead, and Whitehead breaking a tackle, getting inside the 10. Danny Storm now on a 2nd and goal. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to get there again. That's 2 rushing touchdowns for him on the day. Tied at 21 as Maryland will not stop the scoring here. There goes Clark. 28 yards on that one. Danny now looking wide open. That is Dantes Ford, and Ford gets his way down inside the 30. Danny Storm on a 2nd and 10. He's got Chris Clark. Clark will get him inside the 5. Storm now. Again with the rolling out. Again. This time he throws it, and he's got Orndorff for the touchdown. What a flip. But again, Maryland not stopping the scoring. It is 28-all here in the 3rd quarter. 20-yard reception there. That is a 1st down. Danny's got nowhere to go with this football. He is going to bob and weave, and he is going to get down the field for a 27-yard run. This guy has become dynamic on the ground. There is Jeremiah Tellini, and he takes the screenplay for 8 yards and a 1st down. Now Danny going to roll to his left. Danny throwing. He's got Clark inside the 5 for the 1st and goal. Danny going to roll to his right, and he's got Clark again. That's another TD for him. Still, Maryland will not stop the scoring. 35-all. There's Ford. Dantes Ford for 21 yards. The play action, the throw to Clark, and that'll pick up the 1st down there. 4th quarter now. There's Orndorff. Orndorff will get the 1st down. Play action. Danny throwing to Whitehead. Whitehead makes the play. 1st down. Danny Storm rolling to his right, and he's got Clark. And that's another touchdown for Chris Clark. And it is 42-all as Maryland still will not stop scoring today. Chris Clark, 14-yard reception. Can the defense help Danny out, or is this man called Andrew Luck? 42-42. That's a 26-yarder. And he breaks the school record for receptions. There's Danny Storm downfield, and that's Dantes Ford. And Ford trying to fight for yardage. He gets 25 yards. 26 seconds to go. And Chris Clark for the touchdown. And Pittsburgh able to pull it off. Danny Storm in the waning seconds of the game will get the touchdown to Chris Clark. That is your play of the game. Way to go, Danny Storm. 24 of 30 for 361, 5 TDs, another 88 on the ground, and 2 touchdowns. So 7 total touchdowns by Daniel Storm. Now, the final game of their season. They will play number 13, Miami. The Hurricanes coming in to Panther Stadium. And they got to get this win. Miami's already up 7-0. If Pitt can get this win, they may have a chance at like ACC championship or like a legit bowl game. Let's see what happens. So Miami up 7-0. Danny getting a first down there and another one right here. This one to Matthews. Now Danny rolling to his right, and he's got Clark. Nice tiptoe catch. 7-zip. He's got to get there. He's got Orndorff, and that'll tie the ball game at 7. Miami scores. It is 14-7. Chris Clark downfield, getting vertical, 27 yards. Danny Storm running the football for 13 yards. And that is a touchdown to Chris Clark, a 14-yard touchdown throw. Chris Clark now breaks the school record for receiving TDs in a season, and he's a tight end. 21-14 as Miami doesn't stop scoring, and that's Chris Clark, and he's got a big 43-yard reception down the football field. Danny Storm now breaks the school season passing record yardage as he held that from last season. Nice run there for Danny Storm, a 3rd and 11. And he will throw to Chris Clark, and he's going to get into the end zone. That's another touchdown, but Miami able to score again and get the lead back. 28-21 now. Danny Storm with a first down there. Now he's going to roll to his right. Nobody home. He's going to take off. He is going to get out of bounds with a 20-yard run. Now a 3rd and inches. He'll throw to Clark. That'll pick up a few yards and a first down. Storm is going to throw it. He's got Chris Clark. Chris Clark has the edge and the touchdown. 25 yards, Chris Clark. 31-28 as Miami only able to get a field goal on their last possession. So this is the prime opportunity for Danny Storm. Picking up first downs as he goes. Another one. That one to Chris Clark. Clark making moves and getting to the outside. That's a 31-yard catch. They would end up scoring with the running game. Now 35-31 as Miami does not score on their last possession. And this is the chance for Pittsburgh to take a real lead, and Danny's going to run for it. 73 yards and a touchdown for Danny today. Now Danny literally has nothing. He's going to throw a prayer, and it goes to Matthews for a touchdown, and Pittsburgh wins. Pitt able to get the win. Danny Storm leading the charge. Chris Clark gets the play of the game with this touchdown. And Pittsburgh has a fantastic game here. Let's take a look at Danny Storm's stats. 21-25, 364, 82 on the ground, 6 total touchdowns. He just had a fantastic day again. This whole stretch of games are just incredible for Danny. 5 passing, 1 rushing. Just great to see. And you see Danny there at the top of the Heisman list. Just interesting to see him there. Now Pittsburgh moves to number 5, but they will not get a conference championship game. Georgia Tech will get it, even though Pittsburgh beat Georgia Tech, but I know, it's conference stuff, whatever. And Danny Storm is a first-team All-American at quarterback, All-NCAA. Danny Storm would win the Maxwell, the Walter Camp, and take on Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. Number 13 Ohio State versus number 5 Pittsburgh. This is going to be an interesting game. Danny Storm will throw it to Clark. Clark is going to pick up a first down. Now 2nd and 14. He's going to throw a screen to Ibrahim. And Ibrahim is going to pick up a first down. 3rd and 3. Danny trying to run for it. He's sacked. 4th and 6. Pitt's going to go for it. Danny will throw, and it will get to Chris Clark. He will break a tackle, bowl some people over, and get to the 3. Now Danny, he's got nowhere to go. Orndorff is going to come up short. 2nd and goal now. Danny is hurt. He is hurt in the Rose Bowl. And Danny will sit out. And as you can see, Pittsburgh winning 7-3. Danny comes back in the 2nd quarter. Here's Danny to Dantes Ford. 26-yard pickup. Danny leading the Rose Bowl. There's a throw again. Dantes Ford. 32-yard reception. 2:20 to go in the half. Danny to Dantes Ford again. Another first down. 1:43 to go, 2nd quarter. Danny throwing up a prayer, almost intercepted it as 4th down. Pittsburgh misses the field goal. Ohio State somehow with 14 points on the board when they had 3. I don't know what's going on. So here goes Danny. And Danny will run for it. He has got to get this game tied in the 3rd quarter here. There goes Clark. He will come up with a first down. Danny Storm going to his left now. He's got room. He's got an open man. It's Ford. He gets him inside the 5. Motion from Whitehead. Danny going to roll. Danny going to run. And he's going to tie the ball game up. Way to go, Danny. Now a 4th and 1. He's not able to do it. The ball is turned over to Ohio State. And Ohio State does nothing with it. The prayers are answered for Pittsburgh fans. First down. Danny again. This time to Clark. On 1st and 10, he will pick up a first down. Pittsburgh moving the ball here in the 4th quarter. This is big. Dantes Ford. He will get a first down. Danny Storm will throw to Clark again, and Clark bowling over a defender and getting out of bounds. First down. Danny Storm to Clark. Touchdown. Danny Storm to Chris Clark. It is a Pittsburgh lead. Ohio State does nothing with the football. Danny Storm has it now. On a 3rd and 15, he will run out of bounds. Ohio State would score. It is 21-21 with 58 seconds to go. Danny Storm has got to lead his team down the field. He's got to come up clutch again here in the Rose Bowl. Downfield, intercepted. Danny Storm throws a pick, and it is Connor with the interception for Ohio State. Ohio State has picked off Danny Storm. They did not score, though. It is now overtime. Dantes Ford down near the goal line. Danny Storm will throw it to Clark. It's a touchdown, Pitt. Ohio State would score twice. It is 35-28. Clark coming up with the big first down. 2nd and 2. Here goes Danny. He finds Clark in the end zone. That's a TD. That will tie the ball game. Or will it? Will it? Chris Clark is able to set the NCAA record for receiving touchdowns. All right, so that ties the ball game. Now Danny Storm throwing, and he's got Dantes Ford for the touchdown. They have to go for 2. That is the overtime rules. They got to go for 2. He throws it to Clark. Clark gets it. Ohio State would score, and then they would score again and get 2 two-pointers. There's a touchdown. Wonderful play for Clark. Now Storm is going to roll. He's going to draw the defenders. He gets it to Clark. Clark steps out of bounds. He didn't make it. He is not in the end zone. Ohio State wins like that. That is a terrible way to lose. Look at Danny. He gets it away with pressure in his face, and Clark couldn't get the wide open end zone corner. Why? Chris Clark comes up with every touchdown you ask him to. He breaks the single-season record for touchdowns in NCAA all-time ever. And he can't come up with a 2-point conversion to win the ball game. Well, at least tie the ball game and continue the ball game, put it that way. And Ohio State will take the Rose Bowl. Danny Storm will go pro, having never won a bowl game, but having the talent to do so. The man has got talent. You saw it in these last few games. That throw was there. Chris Clark could have had that. And by losing that game, he is no longer your Heisman leader. He will lose the Heisman. Trevor Knight will win the Heisman. And that is Danny Storm's story.